G'day everyone, back again on another stream. It's been ages, like literally about 25-30 minutes since I've been on the stream. One of the kids is in bed. The other one is about a metre away, waving his arms around again, playing gorilla tag. But he'll be going to bed in 4 minutes, so that's cool. But yeah, back tonight, going to stream a bit of One Piece again. Going to do a bit of testing. So, got the Adelaide Regionals in... My wife's looking at me. She's thinking, who on earth did I marry? Yeah, One Piece Regionals in Adelaide in, I don't know, like 2 months or something. Ages, November. But the chance of me actually playing anything between now and then is basically zero. So getting into the testing of that meta already. So it will be OP08. I think that's OP 8.5. Because I think we have the new starter decks as well by then. I think. Can't remember. I'm not in with it enough to know. But yeah, I was trying to figure out what to play. Last stream I did, I was testing the ST13 Ace, Blue Yellow Ace, which I've been having quite a bit of fun with, but not doing that well. It's not that strong, and it's just not showing up in any events anyway. I just don't think it's a strong enough deck yet. Maybe one day it'll get there. But good old mate Joffrey Bieber, who I'm sure will be popping into the stream at some point, has put me onto my favourite thing that I like to do, for those who've watched me play Magic streams forever, is play red stuff and get aggressive with it. So we're going to do that tonight. Going to be super aggressive, basically the most aggressive deck in One Piece, and see how that goes. I've been playing a bit on the sim. I've got a couple of different versions that I'm going to look at. I'll run you through a bit of a deck guide on the two different versions, and then we'll jam some games. G'day Frank, welcome back. That was classic. Ryan's just like, no, I'm just going to call him Frank. Just because Ryan? I don't know. But yeah, anyway. So, going to get into that. That is the plan for tonight. Deck guide on, yeah, two different versions of the deck, and then play some games on the sim. Alright, so let's have a look at the deck. So, two different versions, all centered around this good mate here, OP01 Zoro. The first card in the first set. Pretty cool. He's pretty gangster. He has 3 swords, because that's what he does. But yeah, he's all about getting aggressive. So 5k leader, 5 life, that's fine. Don X1, on your turn, all your characters gain plus 1000 power, which is, yeah, pretty good for playing a lot of, 4k creatures, 5k creatures, and just having them being able to attack and just getting in attacks early for 5 and 6k. Just constantly attacking face and getting in with that pressure. So that's the leader, which is obviously the same for the two decks. So there's been Zoro decks around for ages, like since the game started. Obviously it was in OP01, and I think for a while there, obviously this is before my time, I think for a while there Zoro decks were pretty strong. I think to the point that like Rad Beam, I think it was, had to get banned at one point. But not anymore. Definitely dropped out of favour, I think, with the RP Law meta and Lucci just been killing all your stuff all the time. It was not doing too well, but those two cards are going to be banned as of, I think, in a week, somewhere there around about then. So, yeah, that completely opens things up for this. And, yeah, people doing other different things. Yellow sort of being a bit more popular. I think it might be in a good position. Got to drink the cuppa before it gets too cold. Alright, so why are we bringing this deck back now? Well, it's all because of our good mate Tony Chopper, who's coming out in OP08. Now, there is actually a Tony Chopper leader that's coming out in OP08, which is this one here, Tony Chopper. I'm just going to have a side tangent here and have a bit of a rant. Why do we have Tony.Chopper on this card? No spaces. This card is Tony space Chopper. This card is Tony space Tony.Chopper. Same, Tony space Tony.Chopper. Tony space Chopper. And then we're back to the no space between the Tony Chopper. Why? What? I don't understand why there is the variations in the naming of this card. Also, it drives me crazy coming from Magic that there's 6 different versions of Tony Chopper just in red. just crazy. Anyway, end rant. Complete side tangent, not related to anything. Yeah, Tony Chopper leader. 5k 4 life. Activate main once per turn. Put up to 1 rested Don on each. 1 rested Don each on up to 3 of your animal or drum kingdom type characters. So, not bad. Like, you play a 3-drop and then you can put that 3 rested Don to use on your animals or drum kingdom. So, it's actually not too bad. 4 life, not ideal, but it's okay. The problem is there's probably not enough in the red and green to actually make that good. I mean, it might be okay. It might be worth testing, but I think Zoro's ability is better. Because Zoro's is like a static ability, basically, for those Magic players out there, where once you've put the Don on him, all your characters, whether they're in play currently or not, get the buff. So you can drop down some hasty dudes or dudes with rush and still get the buff. So anyway, we're not playing Tony Chopper from the leader from OP01, but what we are playing, which has come out in OP01, is this Tony Chopper. So 3 cost 5k. Pretty good. It's got no counter on it, so that's why they're able to do it cheap. It's got your turn on play, which is important that it says your turn on play. We'll come back to that. And when attacking, you trigger this ability. So look at the top 5. And then you can put an animal type with a power of 4k or less as rested, and then put the rest on the bottom of the library. I was ranting about the fact that all of these Tony Choppers have variations in the spacing and the full stops. Tony.Chopper. No full stops. 1 full stop. And then all the way over here, we've got Tony space dot Chopper. Explain that one to me. All right. So put an animal with 4k or less as rested. So we've already got some Tonys, some Choppers from a bunch of other sets in red, which are these ones that we're looking at here, which are pretty good and do other things. So we've got this Chopper that also puts animals into play. So on play, it puts an animal with a 3k or less. This one comes from your hand. So you've got to make sure you've actually got an animal in your hand. And then the blocker Chopper, which can shrink a dude, but it's a free blocker, basically. So you can chain things together. So you can, play this one and, put this one into play and then put a 3k animal into play. So this Chopper will find all Choppers except for itself, because it puts 4Ks in. So this one's a 4K, this one's a 4K, as well as any animals that you've got in your deck. And you can just sort of chain things together. It's quite nice. And then when it attacks again, you get to trigger it again, which is cool. So the only thing that, the reason why I said the your turn clause is relevant is we also had an event card from the extra booster set, which is a 1-cost counter. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put up to 1 3-cost or less animal type character into play, the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So you can, on your opponent's turn, you can counter, for 1 Don, play this, search 5, and then ideally hit a Chopper and, sort of chain it together. But because it is on your opponent's turn when you're doing your counter, it doesn't trigger this guy's ability. So ideally on your opponent's turn, when you're playing this, you're hitting one of these Choppers. and then putting in a 3k or less animal. So this one doesn't put in any of the other choppers. We're not playing the really small chopper blocker and whatever this one is. But we are playing other animals. So this is my first version. So Joffrey Bieber in the chat there and I have been having some discussions backwards and forwards, and he has much more One Piece experience than me. But I've this version I've built is maximizing a bit more on the animals, and the other version that I'll show you is maximizing on Makino. I got no idea how to say it because I haven't seen that character on the anime yet. So let's go through the list. Alright, so we're playing super aggressive with Zoro, so we can't play as an aggressive Zoro deck without playing Kid Killer. This card is awesome. 4 costs, 5k with Rush, and then when it's attacking, if your opponent has 2 or less life cards, this character gains plus 2k until end of turn. So you're just attacking your opponent's face all the time, so you're getting them down to 2 life very quickly. So by the time you drop this, it is always attacking as a 7k, and then if it's like a 5 Don turn, you can put your Don on your Zoro and then attack with your Kid Killer, and it's attacking for 8k, so pretty good, and especially out of nowhere if you get in a couple of attacks first. Yeah, we've got the blocker chopper, which we said before, playing 4 Sanjis, 2k counter, handy. There's a lot of, you're constantly filling the board with your creatures, with your characters, and unfortunately the new chopper puts your characters onto the battlefield rested, so people do get a chance to attack them sometimes. So yeah, having 2k counters is quite nice, and then Sanji can get aggressive himself, activate main once per turn. You can take one of your life cards and then give it plus 2k power to the end of this turn, during this turn, and then give it 2 rested Don cards. So pump up to 7k, and then with Zoro 8k, pretty good. Nami, we're playing a whole bunch of Straw Hats. All of our choppers are all Straw Hats. Sanji's obviously a Straw Hat. The event cards are Straw Hats. Yeah, a whole bunch of Straw Hats. And yeah, if you are playing Markinos, which I'll show you in the other version, it's 1 cost 2k, so it can get pumped by Markino and get in for some attacks. Got to play Zoro. I think you could potentially cut one of these, maybe. Yeah, it's not a counter, which is a little bit annoying, but it's a 3 cost 5k rusher, and then gets pumped by the Zoro leaders, so it's a 6k. This is the questionable card that I'm not too sure about in this in the list. 2 cost 3k. It is a 2k counter, so that's nice, and it is an animal, so you can hit it off of this chopper. I'm going to call this chopper the Antler Chopper, because I don't know how we differentiate between the different choppers. This one's Blocker Chopper, this one's Antler Chopper. Antler Chopper. I'm going to call this one Book Chopper. No idea what other people call them. So you can hit it off that, and also another card we'll get to that triggers off animal things, or you can hit it off the other chopper. So both choppers will hit an animal. So having more animals is helpful, and being a 2k counter is pretty cool. Its ability I don't think is super relevant, because it does say, so it's when attacking, give up to one of your active leaders minus 5k during this turn, then return this card to your hand at the end of your turn. So you can attack with it, get in for a hit, and then bounce it at the end of turn, so then you've got it as a counter, or you've got it as an animal in your hand to put down on the battlefield from your Antler Chopper. But giving your leader minus 5k and is not good, because it's giving your active leader minus 5k, so that means you're not attacking with your Zoro, and that's what this deck is trying to do. So I can't think of any circumstance where you're actually going to be wanting to activate that. So it's mostly just an extra animal and a 2k counter. And yeah, so I'm not too sold on that one. We've got the Antler Chopper, Antler Chopper. Really hard to say. Which we've already spoken about. A couple of Monkey D Dragons. Yeah, 8 cost 9k with Rush. Pretty sweet. And it can give 2 Don to give your leader or one of your characters 2 rested Don. So you can play this on your 8 Don turn and put the 2 Don under your leader. So you still get Zoro's ability, which is quite nice. Then attacking for 10 with a Rusher is pretty cool. The Book Chopper we've already spoken about. Another card from OP01 that's coming out, Hiking Bear. 3 cost 3k, 2k counter as well. So we've got quite a lot of 2k counters actually in this deck. This version of the deck. Don X1 main once per turn. Give up to one of your animal type characters other than this character plus 1k power for this turn. So yeah, all your choppers are animals. So plenty of targets for that. Plus the duck, and you can target other bears if you've got them. So its ability is not bad. It's, pumping your dudes, making them slightly bigger, and it's 2k counter, and it's a 3 cost or less animal, and it's 3k power or less, so it can be hit off of both of the choppers. So quite nice, definitely auto inclusion in this deck. Dr. Correa, who I think I saw is going to be, now I forgot her name. Everyone knows who I'm talking about in the live action. That lady, she's Peggy from Married with Children, Sons of Anarchy, everything else, Futurama. Her name's going to come to me at some point, which is pretty cool. So this is our other version, other searcher like an army. So 1 cost 2k, which is nice. Again, if you are playing Makino, we can pump it up to a 5k, but it's looking at 4 instead of 5 that Nami does, but it finds all of your choppers, which is nice, as well as Drum Kingdom. So we don't have much in the way of Drum Kingdom, but we've got, 12 choppers. The event is also Drum Kingdom. I think that's... the duck's not. Was there anything else? No, I think that was... Hiking Bear is Drum Kingdom. So, yeah, you can find... You've got quite a few hits with that. Drum Kingdoms, all your choppers, and your events. So, yeah, not too bad. Could shave 1 or 2 of these if you wanted, depending on your build. Not really sure on numbers yet. Another new card from OP01, Silver's Rayleigh. This card's just a big boss monster. I've only got 1 in this list. I think a lot of people, and I think Joffrey B was playing 2. The reason I've only put 1 in is I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get one before the event, and they're probably going to be expensive. So I'm just putting 1 in, just in case. I might get 1, I might not. I'm unlikely to buy 2. That's my reasoning. But yeah, similar to Monkey D. Dragon, 8 cost, 8k on play. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's characters until end of turn, until the end of your opponent's next turn. It's after 9 o'clock, Bill. It's bedtime. No. Just forget it. Alright, Silver's Rayleigh. Yeah, choose up to 2 of your opponent's characters till the end of your opponent's next turn. Give one minus 3k and the other minus 2k. After this, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with power of 3k or lower. So you can target 3 different things. Like you can shrink 2 things and kill something else that's only a 3k. If they've got like a small blocker or something. Or you just, shrink 2 things, and then one of the things that you shrink, you kill one of those. Pretty solid card. Like, yeah, it just sort of helps you. If you by the time you're dropping Silver's Rayleigh, whatever you want to call him, your opponent is looking to block her up, so you can potentially take out a couple of blockers or take out a blocker and shrink something else. It's going to be an issue, and the fact that it shrinks them to the end of their next turn means on their turn, if you don't kill them that turn, on their turn their characters are smaller as well. Brooke, this is the other questionable one that I've been playing with a bit, but I know Joffrey Bieber's not. Main reason I'm playing this one, it's another 2k counter, but I find the ability is actually quite good because you want to always be putting, every turn you want to be putting a Don under your Zoro, so it just gives you a chance where you can play something and still have Don, like you use your rested Don to put under Zoro, and then yeah, just having extra 2k counters is quite good. So yeah, 2 cost 3k. On play, give up to 2 rested Don cards to your leader or one of your characters. So yeah, it turns on Zoro's ability and works quite well. So yeah, not too sure about that one either. We've got the event that I said before. Yeah, look at the 5 and put an animal into play. And then 1 Diable Jumbe. That's how you say it. I'm going to go with that. But I think this is a mainstay in most aggressive decks. It is a Straw Hat event, so we can find it off of our Nami. And yeah, select up to one of your Straw Hat crew type leader or character cards. Your opponent cannot activate blocker if that leader or character attacks during this turn. Now, pretty sure that means that you just have to, so like if you put it on your leader, your Zoro, you attack with your Zoro, then they can no longer activate any blockers for the rest of the turn. That's my understanding of it, but I've not actually played it, so newbie to One Piece here. Someone will correct me in chat if I'm totally wrong. But yeah, getting into a position where your opponent blockers up, and then it's for just the attack you're making. Okay. The opponent cannot activate blocker if that leader or character attacks during this turn. Interesting. That's not the way I would have read it, but One Piece is slightly different to Magic. Yeah, so that's the list. Yeah, you can find that. Dig with your Nami to try and find that. So in this version, I'm playing 4, 8, 12, 16, 2k counters, which is a lot, and is good because yeah, your opponents are just trying to kill your creatures. Like you're turning your characters sideways every single turn. So having 2k counters to keep them alive is quite nice, and then still being able to put the pressure on. So that's my reasoning with this version, but could be completely off base here, and yeah, it's likely that the Makino version is better. Geoffrey Bear 5, drop Luffy might be a good replacement option too. Yeah, for like Rayleigh. I did look at the at that Luffy. That's the Rush Luffy, I think. Nope, that's not how you spell Luffy. Which one is it? 5 cost. This one. Yeah. 5 cost, 6k Rush. And then, yeah, your opponent cannot activate blocker during this battle if you got 2 Don. Yeah, definitely another good option. So if we can't manage to find any Silver's Rayleighs, I did have this on my maybe list of cards to slot into the deck as well. All right, so that's version 1. This is version 2. Pretty similar, but yeah, the main difference is, so we're playing Makinos, which is a 2k counter, so putting it in instead of other things, but playing more 1-drop. So instead of the Duck Brigade, whatever the heck they were called, that's the 2 cost 3k, 2k counter animal, so that we've got extra targets off of our choppers. Playing, you can either play this, Chio, I don't know who that is, never heard of this thing before, or Karu, which is the same thing. They're both an animal. That's the relevant part on the text on the card. They're a 1 cost 3k with 1k counter. I just put this one in because it's a full art, and I like the full art ones better than the I don't know why this one has a text box. There's no text. What's the reasoning of that? Yeah, so that's the big differences. We've got no Brooks. What else are we playing that's different in this? Yeah, 4 Makinos, 4 of these instead of the 4 Ducks and the 4 Brooks. So you're losing 4 2k counters. I think that drops us down to 12 in this. So we've got Sanji's Makino, so that's 8. The Bear. Yeah, so we're down to 12 2k counters, which is still quite a lot. Yeah, Makino is not searchable off of anything, but is really good, and that's the reason why I've put the 1 cost dudes in. If you can get those super aggressive starts where you're playing a couple of 1-drops, or you hit one of these off of Antler, chopper, and then you can drop a Markano and then pump this dude up to 6k plus your 1k off of your leader, and then be punching you for 7k. So yeah, I don't know which one's the better version. I know all the old versions of the Zoro decks all played Markano, but they're the old versions, so I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, I'm just going to mute my mic for a second so I can tell my son to go to bed. Father of the Year. Alright, so yeah, I could be sold either way on these decks. I don't know which one's right. I'm going to start tonight by playing my version, and we'll see how it goes. And then potentially we'll play the other version. Probably not tonight. I reckon I'll run out of time for playing it tonight, but likely the next stream I'll play the other version, which is probably the better version. So we'll see. Yeah, sorry, before we do, a couple of other cards. So yeah, there's a 5-drop Luffy that's worth looking at, and then there was the event, the guard point event, just to have a plus 3k. That is an animal and a Straw Hat Crew card, so finding it off your Nami and your Dr. Correa. No, Dr. Correa only finds Drum Kingdoms. But something else that you can find off of. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about this one either. I know it's the old Zoro lists played one or two of these, so it's like, all right, well, I guess it was there for a reason. But I don't know, we might not need it anymore, and the fact that we're playing so many 2k counters, we probably don't need it. All right, so let's get into some games. I'm gonna have another drink, finish off my cold cuppa. Snack plate's a little bit lacking tonight. We've got some chocolate and some cheese. That's it. Someone was busy streaming Fortnite. Each game with this deck only takes 5 minutes. Yep. That is sometimes true. Alright, so we are playing in the Eastern servers because we are playing OP08 stuff. Which means we play against a lot of new decks. Which makes absolutely no difference because I don't know the old decks either. Oh, well, here we go. Here's a good one to check. Oh, no. I didn't select my deck. Okay, good. Luckily that didn't happen. I don't know any of these, so let's just go this one. Alright. Arlong. I know that character. Don X2 when attacking one, play up to one character card with a cost of 4 or less with trigger from your hand. Okay. That's an old leader. OP03. Alright. Okay. So we've got a handful of searches. So yeah, well, I guess we keep this. We are going second. So we can play 2 searches on our first turn, which is nice. I don't know if there's a order we should be playing them in. We probably take a Zoro here, so we can start getting aggressive. And we'll play a Dr. Correa and hopefully hit, there we go, hit a Tony. Chopper. It was some very chaotic Fortnite. Yeah, so in this version that I'm playing now, this is the non-Markano version. Right now is where I'm wishing I had a Markano. Because I've had an opening hand with these two. Which is not ideal. 2 cost 2k blocker, okay. Sure. No trigger. Okay, so we've got a chopper plus a bear in hand. We've also got another animal in hand. 4 Don. So we could go Correa, try and find a book chopper. Because then we can... remembering the way they trigger. So the book chopper searches the top of your deck, whereas this chopper, you have to have it in your hand. Or we can just put a Don on our leader and then just attack with Zoro and see if we can use up that blocker. Zoro and Zoro, let's do that. Let's go 6k, 6k. Again, this is where my lack of One Piece experience, learning the sequencing and maximizing and making sure you're getting the most out of your turns, and again, new deck as well, learning should I be going wide, should I be putting in damage, draw 3 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. Oof. Draw 2, discard 2. I've played that in Magic so many times in all its variations. Yeah, we kind of want to get them down to 2 reasonably quickly. Turn our Kid and Killers on. Get a 2k counter out of their hand. Happy with that. Doesn't look like they're putting a ton of pressure on us. Yeah, we can build a wide board pretty quickly. These two work well together. Play this chopper, put this one into play, and then next turn this one can pump this one. So we're going to have 5 Don next turn. So we probably... okay, donning up. What are you attacking? 5 into 5. This is a strange attack. Yeah, I'm definitely countering that one. We're going to go leader in as well. Yep, I'm fine to counter that too. These are all 2Ks. I'm going to hang on to these. Correa can find the other chopper, but I think we're likely just to play this next turn anyway. So let's keep our Zoro alive. Blocker is now tapped, so... Or, is it? Rested? Exhausted? Rested. When this character is KO'd by your opponent's effects, place up to 1 card from the top of your deck into your life. Okay. Well, let's get aggressive then. So we're going to put 1 Don on leader, which leaves us with 5. We can probably play this and this, leave this up, and then we've just got a handful of 2k counters. I think we attack 2k into this blocker to try and... Nope, let's put that on there first. You're going to throw your other blocker in the way. Nope. Alright, cool. So we can go 6k, 6k. So we've got 5 Don. What about 3k, 4k, 5k? Maybe we'll put 2 Don on Nami. We can go 5k, 6k, 6k, play the Antler Chopper. Decisions. Counter. Taking the life. The trigger. Alright, well, good to know that this deck has triggers that can KO my rested characters that cost 4 or less. Interesting. Yeah, alright, so let's play this dude. And play this one, and then end the turn. So, just keep the pressure on. A Kid and Killer off the top would be probably not bad. What are we going to be on? 8 Don, even a dragon or a Rayleigh. Probably don't want to play. A dragon would be good. We can go dragon, put the 2 Don on Zoro, pump the team. This dude pumps this. Actually, got to put a Don on that. Trash one card from your hand, KO up to 2 of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 4 or less. Ouch. That was rough. A lot of KOing going on here. And a double attack. 5k into 5k. I think we just take this. We have 4 2k counters in hand. Ooh. Okay. How do we line this up? So if we go... We've only got 1 blocker. 4 cards in hand. So we put a Don on our leader. Alright. This dude needs a Don. We can pump this. So our chopper is at 6k. I think we can just Don up and then do some big attacks and then Diable Jumbe, however you say that. To get through. So then it's just working out the sizing. This is where I struggle. Yeah, so I think I'll attack with the bear first. It's just working out the sizing. This is where I've got to learn what to do. So it gives me 5 Don. We're at 5k here. So if we go 7k, 1, 2, I think we can go like 7, 8 maybe, something like that. Yeah, I think we want 7k. Because that's at least 2 cards. Yeah, okay, blocker. Alright, well that means our... so that's going to put a life. No? Why did that not trigger? Ah, because it's by your opponent's effects, not from just dying. Okay. Alright, so then if we go... What are we at? 6k, 6k. We don't need to use this anymore. So we just go 8k, 8k. I guess. You need a lot of counter in your hand. Do have one untapped Don. Okay, taking life. Might need to try and find a block on it leaf. Yeah. I'm wondering if I just make this 7k and then just keep up the event. I've got 4 2k counters in my hand. But just in case, maybe, yeah, we keep this up. Oh, they're saying, give me the GG. Don't have enough? No. Alright. Didn't have the counter and only could go to 7k. Okay. We got there. We won. Yes. That was not a 5-minute game. Alright. Eat some cheese. Ooh. It's just so different to Magic. I find there is just so much more math in this game. Well, it's just different math. Like, yeah, in Magic, I mean, if you're playing like standard, it's like, well, my opponent's tapped out. This is their blockers. Like, everything's on board. We're trying to work out, okay, my opponent's got 6 cards in hand. They could have 6 2k blockers. $2k counters, 2k blockers, goodness me. And then remembering that as you take their life, they get more cards in their hand. And then trying to work out, alright, well, if I go 5k, 7k, not like how many counters they're going to need, trying to work it, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, people are very good at working that out quickly. And my brain has not got there yet because it's had 30 years of Magic training. Yeah, we can keep this. This looks fine. We are going first. Okay, cool. First is good. So they can't attack us on their first turn, so there's no point holding up for this. So we will search and find. Probably just take the Zoro there because we've got one of these choppers already. Yeah, I don't think we really want a Sanji just yet. Turns out that even if you strip away all the complications of Magic, streamline the game, it's still super complicated. It's good. It's awesome. Alright, so we could put on a Don. Might not be a bad play, actually. We can go a Don on a leader, and then 2 Don on Nami. Bash them twice. They are playing Luffy. They do want to get down to 0, which I think is a good thing for us. We're happy for them to go down low, but it does turn on their leader ability. Or we could chopper and try and go really wide. We don't have another animal in our hand if we were to hit the other chopper. So I think we go that play. So we don't have a 2-drop or another 1-drop to play. We could hold up the counter, but I think we're better off. Yeah, they're just going to take these. I have played a bit of Black Yellow Luffy. Not a heap, but a little bit. Was a deck I was considering as my first deck when I bought the ST13 starter. Do I want to keep Nami alive? I have one counter in my hand, so no, we are not keeping Nami alive. One counter. One 1k counter. Last game we had four 2k counters. And now we have one 1k. Yeah, we'll just take that one too. That's 100% what happened. I was like, oh, I don't want to spend much. And then I spent much. I actually haven't spent much. I got an amazing deal. I'll tell you about it another time, Joffrey Beaver, but the person that I bought the OP01 to OP06 common to rare playsets off, I got a really good deal on that. Really good. Alright, 5 Don. So we can hold up event because we're going to get attacked. They are on 1. They don't have a blocker. But they have 7 cards in hand. So we can play Zoro. We could go 6k, 6k, and hold up the event. Potentially find a blocker if we need. I think that's not bad. They are on 1 life. Oh no, they're plus 2k. They used a little Luffy last turn. Sorry, I missed that. So we need to go 7k. So 6k. We can't do 7k attacks. Run 5 Don. So maybe we go 7k and then just play a little chopper. Don't think we're dying next turn. But they may end up as a 9k leader. So I think we want to develop a decent board. Alright, so let's go. That's 6k, 7k. Let's attack 7k. $1k counter, sure. We still only have one 1k in our hand. Wow. Alright, so we hit what we want, the Antler Chopper. Man, I cannot say Antler Chopper without putting an extra L in there. But we don't have, and this is my version of the deck where I'm playing the extra animals. We don't have an animal in here. So, I mean, we're still taking Chopper, of course. It's just not ideal to be doing that. I got nothing, unfortunately, and this dude comes in exhausted. So exhausted. So yeah, I have full play sets of common to uncommon of OP01 to OP06 and EB01 that is on the way. It's coming. And then I've got some of OP07, but maybe like half of the commons to uncommons in play sets. So I gotta get the rest of that at some point. But I haven't actually spent very much at all. It's good. The game is not super expensive, which is nice. Alright, we got Ivanikov blocker. I feel like we're going to lose this game. Yep, that's dead. Right, they've only got a 5k leader this turn, which is nice. Okay, man. I mean, sometimes you have weird hands where your deck just does strange things. So we're on 7 Don. Our opponent is on 5k lead, 1 blocker. We do have a chopper that will trigger when it attacks. No other animals in hand, but we could find, another one of these or something, which would trigger again. So we're definitely putting a Don on our leader, and I think we're going to end up holding up these. So if we play Zoro, 3... If we put Don, we've got 6k, 6k, 6k. That leaves us with 3 Don. I reckon we leave 1 up for a counter. So we can go a 6k, 7k, 7k. That's a fair bit of pressure. We need to make sure we don't die next turn, but we can see what we hit off this. So let's attack. Let's go in for 6k. See what we get. Alright, so we do hit another chopper, but unfortunately we still don't have another animal in our hand. We could take this one, but we're not going to do that. We're going to take the 4k. And unfortunately we whiffed again, which very rarely happens, to be honest. 2k counter out of that. Okay. So then... Yeah, I think we go 7k, 7k. Let's just chew their hand up. Okay, uses a blocker. So there's probably some sort of reasoning to not take their life here. I mean, they've got a fair few ways to lose that life. Like, they can just do it with their Luffy. So maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we're just better off hitting them. I was going to say, like, if dropping them to 0 is what they kind of want. But they've got plenty of ways to do that anyway. Alright, got them to 0. And we've got a counter. An event. But we have a 1k. We only have one 1k counter in our hand. Which is very strange. Garp. Gonna find... What do we find? Blocker Sabo. Okay. So no Gecko this turn. Swinging at my chop of 8k. Yep, well, you've got that. That's fine. I do have another one in hand. So they probably drop the Sabo here. Take out my Zoro. I can put 2 cards back in life. Now they're on 0. Well, they don't. They've got nothing in trash. Okay, so they can put 1 card back in life, which is the ace. Ah, it's from your hand as well. Yeah, okay. Alright, so blocker... Oh, they did hit this. They got a baby Sabo. Okay. Alright, they've done the thing. Which is a bit annoying. Alright, so this is going to probably kill my Zoro. This Zoro, I'm assuming. No, okay, killing my Chopper. Ugh, man, what is with this hand? So I'm assuming they're going to attack with their leader. So I'll save this for now. It is a interesting balance in that if they don't then attack, I don't need to get this. I'm just... If I hit one of these dudes... it's not putting them in rested, is it? This doesn't matter. Maybe I find a blocker. Yeah, let's do it now. I hit one of these dudes, but unfortunately it's not going to trigger on my turn. But it's still good. Just gives us another attacker for next turn. Yeah, they're going to attack with their leader, but yeah, potentially if we hit a blocker chopper, then we can keep our Zoro alive. But unfortunately we didn't. So Zoro is going to be down. Alright, they're down to 4 cards in hand. So we've got Dragon or Rayleigh. Rayleigh can't KO any of their dudes because of Sabo, which is annoying. We've got 9 Don, so we can go 1 on leader, attack, see what we get. So it would be 6k, 6k. Actually, no, we can go Dragon, which leaves us with 1 Don. We can put 2 Don on our leader. That leaves us a 1 Don for an event. So then we can go 6k, 6k, 10k. Seems decent. They only have 4 cards in hand. But, no, their leader is at 7. So 6 and 6 doesn't help me at all. Interesting. The KO immune from Sabo is actually relevant with this Rayleigh in hand, because otherwise I could have gotten rid of that Sabo. So we need to get to 7k. How do we do that? Well, leader will be 7. So we can't... Oh, I guess we could put the Don on the chopper. Yeah, I guess we can do that. We can just go for it. Alright, let's do it. Whatever. Can I choose 2 different targets with this? Let's find out. No, you can't. It all goes on the same guy. I can choose 0. Alright, so we're at 7k here, 6k, 10k. So if we put this Don on here, we're at 7k. So we can go 7k, 7k, 10k. I think that's pretty good. Maybe we attack with lead first and just see what we get. We know this is going to the trash, and it's not a... sorry, not going to trash, going to... Where's it go? Bottom of your deck. Should be able to counter out of that. Yep, okay, you got 1. So we can't kill them here, because we go 7k, they can block. We go 10k, they take the life, they go to 0. And then they're in a good position. So maybe we just save this for this. We just attack in for 10. Force the block, maybe, or force them to lose a life. Yep, alright, lose the blocker. But they're just going to pull it back out. Although they did bin a Sabo. As if they've got a Moria in their hand. We're going to time out here. We're down to 2 minutes. What is these quick games you speak of, Joffrey Bieber? Alright, so they've got Moria, so we're in trouble here. So Moria, they're going to get back Luffy and a Sabo. They've got no aces. Activate Luffy's ability. You get a Sabo blocker. Got no Luffy's in the bin though. But they may have one in hand. Sabo, okay. We put 2 Sabos to play. Okay, so we bin both of those. Go to 9k as a leader. Have 2 blockers up. Yeah, we're just dead. I think we needed to find a way to kill them last turn, but... this hand was a bit weird. Alright, now they got Luffy's in the bin. Rocket Luffy's that kill my dudes. Yeah, we're just... This is dead here. We don't even. We have. We've got more counters now. We can keep our dude alive, I guess. No, that only takes us to 11k. Alright, well, let's counter. We hit a blocker chopper. We don't have another animal in hand, so let's go blocker chopper. Oh, I can't keep it alive because it's past the block step. Yep, that's fine. Take the life. Let's fill our hand back up. Alright, so 3 cards in hand. We've got no rushes. What are we doing with this deck? We don't even have Namis to go and find some rushes. What is going on? There is no way we are winning this deck. We can't KO the dudes. We can't find any rushes. I mean, we can play out a bunch of blockers and drag this game on, but we've got 48 seconds left and we're going to lose. So I'm going to concede this and just move on to the next one. Yeah, need to find a Jambe, which we can do off of a Nami, not off of a Correa. So yeah, I'm just going to concede this one. Concede. Okay. Alright, they had 5k worth of counters in hand. 2 Flampes. Alright, nice. That was weird. That was very weird. Alright. Look at my life. Yeah, I had lots of life, but I was going to time out anyway, so. Alright, Raiju. Nope. Raiju? Nope. Alright, we're in. Next life card was a Jumbo. Oh, was it? I didn't even look. Was it actually? That's annoying. We'll go first. I think you want to go first with this deck. It was, okay. Yeah, that'd be right. Alright. Yeah, we can keep that. Keep. Nami. Let's take... I guess I have to take a Sanji, don't we? We could take a Brook, but probably take a Sanji. We can play Sanji next turn and put 1 on leader. Play quicker. Alright. Counter. Sanji. Let's go. One thing I'm finding in this game is that it's the same with Battle Spirits. I was playing that. When it's your opponent's turn, I'm mostly just sitting there going, yep, sure. I'm not paying any attention to what my opponents are doing. There's just, you can't do anything about it. So, yeah, I think we just take that. It's fine. Happy to have cards in hand. Alright, 5 Don. So, I could see us pumping up Sanji here. What do we got here? If we go 1 on leader, play this dude, put this into play. We could play... We can play Brook. So we can go Chopper and Brook. Put the 2 Don from Brook onto my leader. Pull a life with Sanji and then just punch them in the face a few times. Let's do that. Play this. Play a Brook. Put him on my leader. Alright. Attack. Attack. Gurma. Gurma. I would also have no... I would not be keeping anywhere near enough track of my opponent when they're playing these decks that return Don all the time. Do we want to keep Sanji alive here? I think we probably do. Don't have much in the way of counters. Do we want to force them to use a 5k attack on it? Kind of want this dude in our hand for this if we play one of these out, but I have no idea if this is right or wrong. I'm gonna count that. Alright, sure. You can waste your attacks on my Sanji. Yeah, that's fine. Kid and Killer. There we go. Alright, they're getting aggressive. Getting aggressive. Preparing themselves to die, I think, is what they're doing here. What are we going to be on? 7 Don. We don't have enough to counter out of it anyway, so... Zol. Alright, 7 Don. How do we do this? So... This dude can pump this, so that costs us a Don. We've only got 7, so we can't do Kid and Killer and Zoro and this sort of stuff. Gotta be careful that we don't just die on the crackback. We've got 2 5Ks, a 7K, and the leader. That is a lot. We can play a blocker chopper. So if we went 1 here, 1 here, that makes this dude a 5k, that makes this 6k, 5, 6, 6. We can put 1 here, so that's 3 Don, makes that 5k. So that's 5k, 5k, 6, 6, leaves me with 4 Don. We can play a blocker chopper and hold up the event, maybe? Might not be bad, just whittle their life a little bit, hopefully set up to win next turn. That. I miscounted my Don. I've got 5. Oh no, yeah, put a Don there. Yeah, we're leaving at 1. Yeah. So let's go 5k. $5k, 5k, 6k, 6k. It's a lot of cards out of their hand. We have not done anything to life yet, but they have a handful of counters, that's for sure. And then we play a blocker, chopper. Keep up the counter. Probably going to clear our board, so that gives us some space Although we can't hit one of these on their turn. Oh, I got puddinged. Okay. Interesting. Oh, well, we got some counters. And we still got an event. 5k at lead. Okay. Let's... counter that. Okay, they killed... What did they do to my... Oh, they returned my blocker to my hand and then they puddinged to make me shuffle my hand. Okay. 5k, 5k. Yeah. Attacking my dude? Sure. $7k my other dude. Probably should have fired this off on the previous attack to potentially find a blocker to keep this dude alive. That was a misplay. Alright, well, we hit this chopper, which is not, we're not maximizing value. Oh, okay, opponent's had enough. We got 3 2k counters in their hand. I mean, we weren't bashing in with all that much. We had a kid and killer on top of our life. Top of our deck was another event, not ideal. I don't know that we would have actually won that. We would have been on 8 Don. So I guess we just don up all of our dudes. We were losing this. I guess we probably would have donned up enough to get through the. We had to hit with all 3. Yeah, I think they bailed on that one a little bit earlier than they should have. But I'll take the win. Ooh, we got another Zoro actually. I'm gonna see if we can play this Zoro mirror because I want to see what they're playing. Let's see if we can get some ideas. We're going first, and that is not a hand that we want to keep, I don't think, going first. This on turn 2 is okay, but I think we want a 1-drop. Alright, we got a Nami. Nami into... I guess Sanji or the event. Maybe we take event. We take the event here. Ooh, buggy. Okay, we're playing... This is like the old school version of Zoro. Interesting. Alright, so... we can go just like 5k attack and play Antler Chopper and this dude. That's pretty good. 3 Don for 6 Dons worth of value is quite nice. Then next turn we can go Don, play a Zoro and hold up the event if we need. Let's do that. Do you want to counter? No counter, took the life. Okay, let's play this dude. And this dude. Haven't had any of the crazy broken starts that this deck can definitely do. Although, probably more so with the Makino version. But yeah, when you have the turns where you play the Book Chopper and one of these, like 3 Don on turn 2, your 3 Don turn, playing 9 Don worth of dudes is pretty cool. Do we want a counter out of this? We've got a counter for it. I think maybe we do. While we can. Preserve a little bit of life. We are in the aggro mirror. Now, in Magic Land, not Magical Christmas Land, Magic the Gathering Land, the mono red mirrors is all about control your opponent's board. Take out their creatures so then they can't attack you. If you run them out of resources by just taking out their creatures, you will usually win the game. I don't know if that applies to One Piece. Are we just like ignoring each other and just attacking, just ships in the night attacking each other's faces? Or should I be clearing out their board? All their dudes are small. No trigger, sorry. Opponent. I don't know. That's a good, interesting thought. Because, yeah, like we can attack in here quite easily and take out these two at least. Which is probably what we should be doing. Otherwise, we've just got a whole bunch of attacks coming in our face next turn. These dudes are harder for them to kill. So if we went... We can play a blocker chopper as well. If we went Don, pump this. So we've got 6k, 5k, 6k, 6k, and then we can play like blocker. We can play a Brook, put that on Nami. Actually, that's not bad. And leave up the event. Yeah, if we go Brook, put those on Nami. We can go one on here, one on here. You have to fight over the board? Yeah, okay. So it is similar strategy. Yeah, so let's make sure we attack down their dude. So we've got... So Nami is at for 5k, 5, 6, 5, 6. So if we send 2 5ks at these two... And we send the 6ks at life... Trigger. What did that do? Give up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 3k power during this thing. Okay. That's another card that's possible for this deck. Which is also from OP01. It is an animal, a drum kingdom, and a straw hat. So you can find it off your Correas, whatever it is that you're looking for, which is drum kingdom. You can find it off your Namis. Yeah, possibly not bad. 3 of your characters plus 1k and shrink one of your opponents. Doesn't shrink leader if you're playing at main, which makes sense, but trigger's not bad, so that's a maybe card as well. Unsure about that one. Yeah, so I think we leave this up and we'll run that out because they're definitely attacking. $3k into 3k. Do we keep this alive? Is it worth... Kind of want to hang on to this. My turn, but I'm okay with binning this. They're the only 2 counters I have, but they're just going to swing the next dude into this, but that's fine. That's one less attacker that's coming in. Probably better off keeping this alive, though. Which is going to get attacked by the Brook. Or the leader. I think we have to fight over one of them. We're going to lose our board here. So send the other one in. We've got 5 active Don, which is a lot. $3K into 3K. Yeah, I think we'll let this one go this time. Maybe we play the event now. Alright, well that gives us another dude. Not a blocker, unfortunately. So yeah, probably attack... If I was them, I would be attacking Brook into... Nami, and then leader into this. But still leaving me with a bit of a board. And a Zoro for good measure? Sure. What else you got? Reveal a red character, cost of 1 or less. Yep. What did they draw? A Magra, which pumps one of your red characters with a cost of 1 by 3k. Okay. Alright, so we drew this, which we probably want to... So if we play Correa, and then this will help us find... hopefully one of the animals, and then we can go this into the antler chopper into an animal that's in hand. Would be nice. So that costs us 4. I think we need to do some killing here. Killing these 1-drops I think is quite important with the Magra in hand. So we can go 4k 4k 2, 3, 4. Can play a Nami, find something as well, and leave up a event. This thing's a 1k counter. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let that one go. So let's attack the other one. Alright, they've let that go. So let's go... What order do we do these in? Probably want to make sure we find a Drum Kingdom. I don't know. I don't know if there's a order that we should be playing these in. Swing 7 at their Zoro. Take out this Zoro. Yeah, okay. One, two. All right, I'm going with Joffrey Bieber's direction. The master. the king of the pirates. Which means it's completely your fault when this plan fails.
That is correct.
See, plan fails. We can still play Zoro and go 7 and then still hold up the event. So we go Zoro, put a Don on it, still hold up 1 for event. Yep, look at that. We're on the same page. Deploy. Don. Take out your Zoro. Got it. And then we keep up event. Alright. So hopefully our event can find... So I think we fire off the event on the first attack to hopefully find a blocker. We could maybe wait for life. Ooh, there we go. That's not in the original deck. Yeah, I think we fire this off now. Well, we didn't need a blocker, and we're going to hit this one with no animals in hand. So, not ideal, but it gets us a dude. I think they were too conservative with this. This should have been an animal with a power of 4k or less. Do we keep this dude alive? I think we're going to lose it anyway, but if we keep this one alive, then they've got to waste another attack on that. Which searcher are we better off having? They've got no blockers. This finds us hasty Zoros. Whereas this, we've already got one of these, so we're not trying to find one of them. So we probably bin this. I'm going to try and keep this alive. We do have another animal here. Yep, okay, so you're going to waste your other attack. I think we let it go now. The leader's going to then attack this. I think that's alright. Rolling Royce with the sub. Thanks, mate. Oh, what's happening to all my alerts? They disappeared. They're meant to come up on the screen. Should be like showers of things going on because good mate Rolling Royce has subbed to us. Hills are nice and peaceful tonight. Not too windy, which is good. Yeah, we'll just take life here. So left our Brook alive. Interesting. No trigger. And we found another Correa. Alright. Oh, okay. This would be nice if our opponent had some blockers. Can we hit them for 4 this turn? I think that is extremely unlikely. And then we probably die next turn. We probably play the Correa to try and find an animal and then drop this and hope that we can chain that together. Because what we've got on the board, like we could search for a Zoro. Maybe we search for a Zoro first, and then that helps us dictate what we want to do. This dude's minus 2k until end of our turn, so he's useless. Unless we pump it up enough to try and kill one of these dudes, which we may be able to do. So let's go Nami. He's a Rev army, so that's no good. We can't find this, so we can get a blocker chopper. Alright, blocker chopper's alright. Or, no, yeah, that's all we can get. So, 8 Don. Chopper. So this costs 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it leaves us 4. Put 1 on here. kind of need to know what I'm working with before I start attacking, because I don't have enough on the field. So let's do this all first. Ugh. Not what we wanted. Where were you? You were one card too deep. Well, none of them are animals. But we do have 2 blocker choppers. So that's interesting. 7 Don left. So we just kill these 2 dudes. Play these 2. If we put a Don... Play 2 blockers, yeah, I guess. We're blocking in our mono red deck. That's never a good move. We gotta bin a dude to do this. Let's bin Nami. Sorry, Nami. What kind of a person chooses to put Nami in the trash instead of old, ancient Dr. Correa? Alright, 6k. We have no counter in hand. I think we just take it to see what we get. More no counters. Jeez. G'day, Axatot. Axatot. Yep, I'm going to go with that. Ah, well, I mean, we're definitely blocking. Right, you got 2 dudes of rush. It's pretty likely. Oh, okay, we got a Rayleigh, so that's going to kill my blocker. And then you got a rush dude? No. Oh, okay. Ooh, Kid and Killer off the top. Now, Rayleigh... Why? We've got 2 Rayleighs. Goodness me. Rayleigh has shrunk my dudes, which is not ideal. These dudes are not hasters. I have no way of digging with hasters. So I can swing... If I play this and this, that's cost me 5. Makes this dude 2k. So I need to put 3 Don on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. No way they're not carrying out of this. Yeah, I don't think there's any way of survive. I literally have no counter in hand. So if we go 1 on this, so that makes this dude 2k, so it would need 3. 1, 2, 3. This dude's also only 2k, so that needs 3. No, I've got no counter in hand, so I'm not defending anything. Alright. I lost because I timed out. Oops. I lost and then I won because the opponent disconnected. So, this is going to be my last game, so I'm going to break this. So, let's have a look at this and see those in chat, watching, whatever. Can I have won this? They had 1 Don untapped, so they got a Rad Beam. Okay, so Rad Beam would have screwed me, and they got 2 1k counters. So I could go... So Kid and Killer cost me 4, it leaves me 5 Don. I need to do 4 hits. So 1, 2, 3, So one of these needs to be big enough. So it gives me 5 Don to work with. So Rad Beam puts them at 7. So can I go 6k, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is attacking at 8k. If I put 2 Don on this, 8k. Yeah, no, they've got way too much to counter out of it. They only need to counter out of one of my attacks. So if I send one attack in at 7k, they can Rad Beam and counter. Actually, no, their Rad Beam doesn't have anything. The Rad Beam pumps in 4k. Yeah, so I'm just... Well, they take a life, and then they can Rad Beam. Yep, not enough. Alright, cool. Well, let's just have another quick look at the deck on the way out the door. So yeah, 2 versions of the deck. So tonight I was playing the version I've been sort of tinkering with, and then I have another version which Joffrey Bieber there in the chat has been also tinkering with. So tonight I was playing the version that has more animals, no Marcano. More 2k counters, which didn't really seem to come up as much tonight. So yeah, Kid Killers. Let's start from the start. Zoro, our leader, pump out dudes, get aggressive attack. Kid Killer, of course, we're playing that. Rush attacking, nice big dude. The main things that we picked up in OP01 is all the new Tony Toad chopper. So this chopper, when you play it, gets you another 4k, usually either a chopper or another animal, which you can chain this chopper into the antler chopper. So yeah, mate, thanks for hanging out. And then that can then put in one of your animals. So in this, we've got the duck squad and the hiking bear. So yeah, you can pay, like on your 3 Don turn, you can put 9 Don of characters onto the field, which is quite nice. Yeah, so 3 different versions of choppers, blocker chopper, book chopper. These are the names I'm going with. I don't know what other people call them. Book chopper, antler chopper. Confusing. Anyway, is what it is. Sanji is good 2k counter and good at being aggressive. Nami finds 3/4 of our deck. We've got a lot of straw hats. Zoro, great attacking, rushy dude. So this duck, I'm unsure about. It is a 2k counter, which is nice. Its ability is basically useless in this deck, but it is an animal that we can find off of... it's animal that we can find off of... or we can put into play off of this, or we can find off of the event. Yeah, and it's 2k counter. So I'm unsure about this one. Couple of Monkey D Dragons, because they're good at sort of finishing off the game. We've got the new book chopper. This hiking bear is from the new set as well. Again, another 2k counter that can pump your choppers or the other hiking bears or the duck. Yeah, and 2k counter, and you can put it in off of the antler chopper. Dr. Correa finds the bear, the event, as well as all of your choppers, which is quite nice, but it's only searching top 4. Rayleigh, well, we just got punched in the face by Rayleigh. That card was rough. Is quite good. I've only got 1 in this just because I think it's going to be hard for me to find, and I probably don't want to spend the like $50 or whatever they're going to be when they first come out. So I've just put 1 in there. Brooke, this is the other card that I'm unsure about. Just again, another 2k counter, and I've found it quite good at playing it. You can put those 2 Don on your leader or on your bear or wherever you want to put them. Nami, so it can attack or whatever. And it's 2k counter, and it's a straw hat, so you can find it if you need to. But I'm unsure about this. The event, I think, is really good in this deck, but you probably don't want to have 4 of them, because you can find the event off of your searches, but it only finds your animals, which are... all your choppers are animals, and the bear and this thing's animals. But because you're playing it as a counter, it doesn't synergize as well as you would have liked. So This chopper that sort of chains all your things together, it only triggers, the on-play ability only triggers on your turn. So if you're playing this as a counter, which is the only way to play it, it doesn't trigger this. So hitting this on your opponent's turn is not ideal. I mean, you're putting a 5k body into play for 1 Don, which is nice, but it's not the best. If you put this into play on your opponent's turn, it does trigger, but you need to have an animal in your hand. So not always going to happen. So yeah, I don't think we want to run full 4 of these. And then the one Diable Jambe, however you say that thing, which just helps you finish off your games when your opponent has block it up. And yeah, it's Straw Hat Crew, so you can find off your Nami. That's my version of the list. I've been pretty happy with it. Did okay tonight, so it's good. Yeah, in case you didn't realise, I am very new to One Piece. I'm just learning the ropes and make a lot of mistakes. Also, don't know what my opponents are doing. This is the other version, which I'm unsure of, but I reckon it's probably better. So the big difference is we're playing for Makino instead of the Brooks, I guess. And then instead of the Duck, which is the 2 cost 3k, 2k counter, we're playing a 1 cost 3k that's only a 1k counter, but it is an animal still. So you're still keeping your animal count up for these dudes, your events, and this dude. So you've still got plenty of animals, but you're going down on 2k counters. So the other version is playing 16 2k counters. This version they're playing 12. And that's basically the difference. It's, yeah, swapping in these animals for the Ducks and the Makinos for the Brooks. So I think the Makino gives you a quicker start. You can have some really broken, like, second turns on your, if you're going first or second. Doesn't really matter. Like, you can, yeah, if you're playing like Nami into Makino and whatever, like, you can chain a few things together and you can be attacking on like a 4 or a 5 Don turn. You can be attacking like 4 times for 5 or 6k. It's pretty impressive. So it really sort of puts pressure on. So that's the decks. Been having some fun playing them. If you've ever watched me play stuff before, playing Magic, mono red all the way. Got the red jumper on tonight. No, it is not a City Swans jumper. It is a go the other way. This side, Red Devils basketball. That's my daughter's basketball team. Yeah, getting aggressive. That's what I like to do. Just smash people in the face. And I find, like I said, new to the game, don't know the decks, haven't played that much, learning everything. It's the same in Magic. If you're ever putting people into a new tournament they haven't played before, or they're not up to date with the metagame, all that sort of stuff, just give them an aggressive deck and just tell people to turn them sideways. So that's my theory I'm going with for this. I don't know. And Joffrey Bieber and I are going to hopefully play a team deck for Adelaide. So next stream I do for this, I'll try and run this version of the deck, the Makino version, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. So yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. It's a lot of fun. Enjoying playing some One Piece. Make sure you give us a follow while you're here if you don't already, so you know when we go live. I do One Piece, Fortnite streams with the kids, a whole bunch of stuff, Minecraft, whatever takes fancy, whatever the kids want to feel like playing, Roblox, all that sort of garbage. So yeah, chuck us a follow, and if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on Twitch, go and find us on YouTube. Give us a subscribe there, and hit the like button, all that sort of usual jazz. So thanks everyone for hanging out, and see you all next time. Bye.